Hello and welcome to this Your Health Matters special. I'm Janet Zappala, and you know, with the great weather we enjoy here in the desert, it is no surprise that people love to be outdoors and active and play things like golf, tennis, and pickleball, but aging can rob many of their passion. So here's one way to stay in the game.
No one wants to not play.
And that's why Dr. Jenny Martin, a chiropractic orthopedist and LPGA expert, has made it her life's work to specialize in the aging population.
Back pain, shoulder problems, knee problems, ankle problems, foot problems, elbow problems. That's what keeps people from wanting to return to their sport.
Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to slowly drop the ball this way.
Working with them on their specific issues, Martin helps to keep the older population physically active. And while she doesn't claim to cure anything,
I'm not going to make a person with spinal stenosis not have spinal stenosis, but I may help them get some better motion in their upper back so they can still make their turn, and then work on some of their pain areas so they don't feel like they're compensating and they stay in the game.
One thing Martin is finding great success with is active release technique, or ART.
You're working the individual muscles and in between the muscles while they're moving, and you're breaking up adhesions.
Adhesions caused by things like scars.
In mobility, if you've injured the area, the body's going to lay down additional tissue to stabilize it. And then what happens is it gets short, and so you get less motion.
And of course, range of motion is everything in sports. If you're restricted and lose your flexibility,
my flexibility isn't what it used to be,
then it's tough to play the way you'd like. Rick Shuttleworth loves golf and is working with Martin to stay in the game.
We can actually get underneath the scapula in here and work the subscapularis muscle, and we can stretch him out so we can get more range in his shoulders.
Yesterday I played and had no pain at all.
79-year-old Jerry Jensen, also an avid golfer, but he's had to scale back because of sciatica and spinal stenosis. Here, Martin is giving a little bit of gapping to his joints and disc.
And then stretching out the muscles and just helping give some more flexibility and some relief to this area that he couldn't do on his own.
Yeah, that spells relief. And by the way, Dr. Martin has her office at Pete Carlson's Golf and Tennis in Palm Desert. She says that if she sees a patient 3 times and they're not 80% better, well, then she's missed it. Her patients improve fast, she says, especially when they do their exercises and their stretches. Makes all the difference. Well, neurofeedback, a version of it, actually began back in the 1920s when a German psychiatrist connected some electrodes to a patient's scalp and detected a small current. Well, it's come a long way since then, and now neurofeedback, often referred to as EEG, biofeedback, or brainwave training, is being used to enhance brain health and overall wellness in La Quinta. Take a look.
Our brain really is sort of the switch for everything we choose to do, from our body to our emotions to our cognitive function.
Wow. Research shows that neurofeedback helps with everything from improved concentration and memory to helping raise intelligence scores to actually reducing symptoms of ADHD in children.
This is a method to treat a diagnosis without a medication that's extremely effective.
Dr. Geraldine Brosfield heads up the Eisenhower Wellness Institute in La Quinta. She tells me there's no risk with neurofeedback. It only involves placing small sensors on the scalp to see in real time a person's brainwave activity.
There's no energy going into the brain, there's no zapping. We're not deciding where the brain needs to work. We're showing the brain what it's doing, and then the brain chooses how it could improve an area.
In the case of Lauren Del Sardo, the editor of Desert Health News, she wanted to improve her name memory for one. And after the standard 20 sessions, she says it's working.
I'm surprising my family and friends all the time, pulling up names from 20 years ago.
And there are countless games a person can play during neurofeedback as the sensors read brain activity.
When you laugh or you have happy thoughts, the brain goes, and that's what allows your brain to say, okay, these patterns are good. let's stay with these patterns.
But the key is for the brain to be well resourced before the session. For example,
Are you comfortable? Have you had food? How was your sleep?
are you hydrated? All of these pillars of health will help during a given session, as it did with Lauren, who says before neurofeedback, she would get easily agitated when she was interrupted and had a tough time listening to people. All that, she says, has changed.
It really makes me emotional because I mean, when I do get interrupted now, I don't get agitated. I'm just yes, and then back to my focus. I'm loving the new me.
And athletes are another group of people finding improved performance with neurofeedback. Well, there's also good news for people with a double chin. New treatments now available to make that double chin disappear. For many, when they look in the mirror, they're seeing double. A double chin can be aging and detract from our looks. But now there's CoolSculpting, the very same tool that zaps fat from our middle, now does the same for the chin area.
CoolSculpting is hot. The Cool is hot.
And the reason the Cool is hot, says dermatologist Timothy Joshin, is because it works. And it's non-invasive. No surgery, no needles, no downtime.
The world is all about non-invasive, no invasive procedures, minimal downtime. That's what people are wanting.
This fat zapper works by freezing the fat in places we don't want it.
Fat actually is more sensitive to cool than the surrounding tissue. So we can freeze the fat without damaging the surrounding tissue.
And once the fat cells are frozen, they die, and they don't come back.
It is a permanent fat reduction mechanism.
Of course, diet and exercise can help us burn fat, but in some areas it's more stubborn, more difficult to get rid of. With this FDA-approved machine, patients are seeing a transformation of their bodies, and that's because by using different applicators, nearly any area of the body can be treated.
This little head here is designed so it'll fit not only underneath the chin, but also in the broad fat areas and also on the knees. This strip of fat above the knee, we can place this applicator there and we can actually freeze the fat in that area.
And with each treatment, the doctor contends patients will see a 20 to 25% fat reduction. But before any treatment, Dr. Joshin recommends the patient come in for an evaluation, understanding that this procedure does work for the majority, but not for everyone. There are things to consider.
How extensive is it? How old are they? Have they lost elasticity? Is there any neck banding that goes on? The neck is a whole area unto itself.
By the way, there is also something called Kybella. It's an injection that also helps to zap that double chin. Coming up as we continue, your thyroid, very important to your overall health. What you need to know to keep that thyroid in check.
Here's the best reason to create a living trust. Legal Docs by Me offers a complete living trust package, including a pour-over will and 2 powers of attorney.
Legal Docs by Me. No lawyers save money.
Why wait to be yourself? Agua Caliente Casino Resort Spa.
And welcome back to this special, Your Health Matters. You know, while some people genetically have a lower thyroid production, others find they have thyroid issues that can be brought on by stress, hormone imbalances, diet, and lifestyle.
The thyroid is actually right there.
Shaped like a butterfly, the thyroid is a gland in the front of your neck that makes thyroid hormone, which helps to regulate your metabolism and body temperature. In general, the thyroid keeps your organs working well. If you're deficient in thyroid hormone, known as hypothyroidism, you may feel fatigued, be prone to hair loss and weight gain.
Many women will find themselves in a hypothyroid state after pregnancy, during menopause or when they have other fluctuations in their hormones.
I couldn't lose weight, my hair was falling out.
Dr. Sinsheimer ran some tests on her patient and determined that she had hypothyroidism. She prescribed medication, vitamin supplements, and had her change up her diet to include eating lots of dark leafy greens.
My hair is better, my skin is better. I probably lost 6 pounds the first month.
Treatment typically involves taking medication like levothyroxine, which balances out the hormone levels.
When you take thyroid medication, it's a replacement of hormone that your body isn't making on its own.
And because of that, most people on thyroid medication usually stay on it for life. Though if thyroid supplements are introduced into a person's routine, that may help improve the function of the thyroid. The goal is to lessen the need for medication.
That doesn't always happen, but it can happen if you give the thyroid the right support with herbs and nutrients and lifestyle.
And opposite of hypothyroidism is hyperthyroidism, when you have too much thyroid hormone. This condition is the more serious of the two.
When you have hyperthyroidism, it can affect your heart, your cardiovascular system. It can cause an increased heart rate and increased blood pressure. So certainly if someone has a hyperthyroid event, we really want to manage that quickly and efficiently.
And again, stress, diet, the environment, they're all factors when it comes to thyroid conditions like hyper and hypothyroidism. Now, doctors will usually test hormone levels in women during their annual physical, and men, you should ask just to make sure. That way, if there is an issue, it can be addressed early. Well, according to the American Cancer Society, cervical cancer is one of the most common causes of death in American women. Now, that said, cervical cancer rates have gone down by more than 50%, mainly because more women are getting regular Pap tests. So important. And now here in the desert, any woman, regardless of insurance or income status, can get screened and tested.
Having a woman have her annual Pap is the best use of time and money.
Dr. Shannon Sinsheimer works with the Tracy Lane Foundation, named after the young Coachella Valley woman who died 2 years ago from cervical cancer. She was only 31. Tracy's dying wish was that it never happen again to anyone else, and her foundation is doing everything it can to make sure of that.
At my office, we'll provide your annual Pap paid for by the Tracy Lane Foundation. So for the actual exam, plus the lab costs that are associated.
In addition to providing medical services, patients are also educated about cervical cancer and how to prevent it. The Pap test is critical, but lifestyle can also affect a woman's chances for getting it. Eating well, not smoking or drinking heavily, and practicing safe sex are all things that women can do to keep the disease at bay.
So she was negative for any lesions or malignancies, which means this is a normal Pap.
It's also critical that women aren't shy about getting a Pap test. It's quick.
10 minutes max.
It's also painless, and it could save your life.
And it is worth your life to go and talk to your doctor and get checked.
Alexandra Lee is the executive director of the Tracy Lane Foundation, which has recently partnered with the Coachella Valley Volunteers in Medicine, catering to low-income residents.
You can go and they rarely turn anyone away. So if this is something you're in need of, go visit them.
No excuses for not getting an exam.
No excuses, absolutely not.
This is about keeping women healthy.
The Pap test is so important because it can find changes in the cervix before cancer develops. It can also find cervical cancer early when it's most curable. And if you would like more information on Coachella Valley Volunteers in Medicine, all you have to do is visit their website at cvvim.org. Again, cvvim.org. And coming up, a much easier way to take care of receding gums before they become a big problem. We're going to show you a non-invasive procedure that you can really, sink your teeth into. We'll be right back.
California's clean air laws are working. We've cut toxic pollution. We're seeing fewer cases of asthma in kids. And the new clean energy economy has created more than 500,000 jobs. I'm Tom Steyer. Just when we're making progress, the oil companies are trying to weaken our clean air laws. But we can stop them. Send them a message. We're going to protect our kids, not their profits.
Are you bored with your basic, dull concrete? Monaco Concepts will revitalize your old concrete and resurface it with a beautiful textured look, like tile, flagstone, or polished concrete. Driveways, patios, pool decks, and beyond. Monaco Concepts specializes in concrete art resurfacing and paving stones. Modernize your outdoor living areas, entryways, pool decks, patios, driveways, garage floors with Monaco Concepts. Use the Monaco touch to turn your home into a masterpiece. Call now for a free estimate.
You know, according to the American Dental Association, half the country has some degree of receding gums, and that includes people of all ages. But thanks to pinhole gum rejuvenation, patients are discovering, well, they have a lot to smile about.
It is quick, is easy, and instantly pleasing.
Dr. John Chow invented the minimally invasive gum rejuvenation technique, also dubbed the lunchtime gum lift, because patients are usually back to their routines that same day.
We're just not traumatizing the tissue. As minimal surgery as it could possibly be.
Many people, the doctor says, put off correcting their receding gums, which can lead to tooth loss if left untreated because they're afraid of having to undergo painful gum grafting. But with Dr. Chow's technique, he says it's an easy fix. No scalpels, no sutures, helping to eliminate the pain and downtime of conventional gum grafting surgery. He literally slides the gum tissue back to its proper position.
I can do a whole mouth with 2 pinholes. And then we use specialized technique to lift the gums from underneath and just let the gums drop down to where it belongs.
The procedure usually takes 1 to 2 hours, depending on how many teeth are affected, and can be completed in 1 dental visit.
With pinhole is that we can do the whole thing, whole mouth, if it's necessary, and give the patient the results in 1 appointment.
Excessive toothbrushing is a main cause of gum recession. Braces can also create receding gums. The key is to get them taken care of promptly. And when it comes to brushing, use a soft bristle. If using an electric toothbrush, well, you have to think of it, the doctor says, as a musical instrument and hold it accordingly.
When holding your fingers as if you're playing a flute. If you grab hold of it with your fist, you tend to generally overdo it.
Yeah, brush gently. And coming up, the health and welfare of kids with disabilities. Many people right here in the Valley are making a huge difference in their lives and in their overall health. We'll tell you about it next.
Here you go. I think my friends and I are going to have a lot of fun in this. Oh, look at these girls. Oh, they're so fun. You never take me dancing anymore.
Well, we're married.
You go, girls.
Now you can get $1,500 cash back on a new 2016 Corolla. Or save big with 0 APR for up to 72 months on a sleek new Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's welcome everybody to Fantasy Springs Resort welcomes Pitbull. An evening with Pitbull. The party of a lifetime. Fantasy Springs Resort, Saturday, August 20th at 8 p.m. Tickets on sale now at the box office and FantasySpringsResort.com. Pitbull, live in concert. There's more at PitbullMusic.com.
Cardiopulmonary resuscitation, better known as CPR, is a skill we all should learn because you never know when you may have to save a life.
You're going to sustain life. It's better than doing nothing at all.
Chris Fielder has been with the American Red Cross for 25 years and teaches CPR classes, but he emphasizes that with or without formal training.
Even if it's not perfect, even if you're not certified.
People who find themselves in an emergency situation can make a difference.
1 and 2 and 3.
Simply by learning chest compressions.
Compressions are the most important part of CPR. Circulating that blood, because there is going to be some oxygen still left in those lungs even when the person becomes unconscious. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. The clicking that you hear is a mechanism in the mannequin that tells me that you're compressing the chest at the proper depth, which is about 2 inches.
Very very important to know because many people are afraid they might crack a rib if they try doing compressions on an unconscious victim. But a cracked rib isn't life-threatening. Cardiac arrest is, and that's why learning CPR is so critical.
It's being prepared on all levels.
Because none of us can predict when we may be called upon to save a life.
Place my face shield on over the mouth.
The rescue breaths are also critical as you want to get oxygen into the lungs of someone who isn't breathing.
Do a head tilt chin lift.
And, says Fielder, you would continue in cycles of 30 compressions and 2 breaths, usually until help arrives or if there are signs of life. When time is of the essence, when no one else is around or knows how to help, you may be the only one who can do something.
Lock your elbows and then lean over the mannequin and you're compressing straight down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. In just a few minutes, with a little bit of practice, you can save a life.
If you don't know it, learn CPR. And the health of our children. In this report, we focus on the mental, emotional, and physical health of kids with disabilities and what many giving people here in the Coachella Valley are doing to help make their lives happier now and in the future.
Should we spell horse? Can you say H? Good.
At Pegasus Riding Academy in Palm Desert, there are no limitations.
How about a royal wave?
Here, children are doing things that they never thought they could.
We're going to shoot it all the way over here. Good job. Good job.
Here, everyone has the ability to enjoy.
Merrily, 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 life is fun.
Mental, emotional, and physical stimulation are all at work here.
The benefits on the horse are tremendous. Helps them with socialization, helps them with their vocal, their concentration.
Out to the side.
Lead instructor Chase Burke says she's had parents tell her that they've never heard their child speak.
Until they heard their child counting and putting basketballs into the basketball hoop by spelling horse or pony.
Whoop, 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 and round. Does that look like hair?
At John Glenn Middle School in Indio, special education is also a priority.
Let's see what we got here.
Kurt Campbell, who's on the board of directors at Pegasus, donates his time and talents here as well to helping children with disabilities build self-confidence through art.
Look at this horse. This is beautiful. Okay, yay!
And here, laying the groundwork for their future is also a big part of the special ed program.
Good morning. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. Would you like a free coffee, tea, and a pastry?
I would love a coffee and a pastry.
Social skills are sharpened through exercises like this, and job skills are learned, as the emphasis is very much on their future.
Being employable and independent, doing good.
Whether in school or in a riding ring, incredible things are happening every day.
Every day we see a miracle. These kids are pure love.
They certainly are. And you know, it's all free at Pegasus Riding Academy, where some 200 kids come through every week. And still ahead, you know, you love Italian food. I know you do, but you think it's high in calories and not so healthy? Not true. Coming up, a demo to show you what I mean.
Sight is meant to be clear, crisp, beautiful. As we age, it becomes blurred, murky, and dull. The vision professionals can restore your sight. If you or a loved one is experiencing poor eyesight, visit the vision professionals for advanced restorative vision care. There are no other eyes like yours and no cataract procedure like ours. The vision professionals, helping you see today and in the future.
I hope you're hungry. Healthy Italian, yes, you can enjoy Italian food and have it be good for you. It's all in the prep and, of course, the ingredients.
We got a traditional, middle of the way, and the healthy one.
The eggplant parmigiano. Normally, Chef Gino, who hails from Parma, Italy, is more about eat what you want. But I convinced him that it's really about watch what you eat. So he agreed to make 3 different versions of eggplant parmesan. Traditional,
which is breaded and fried. In the middle, we have just sliced the eggplant, dusted with flour, and sauté for a couple of minutes.
And the healthiest version, of course, is grilled.
The healthiest one, which is the one like this one that I simply grill for a few minutes on a hot grill. I guarantee that they're all delicious.
It all starts with selecting the right eggplant.
It's all in choosing the right ingredients.
It should be firm, smooth, and slightly heavy. That's key to a delicious tasting melanzana.
A melanzana is the Italian word for eggplant.
And you can't forget
the king of all cheeses, Parmigiano Reggiano.
The rest comes down to which version takes the cake when it comes to taste.
Are you challenging me
It's
to
a
see?
challenge.
It's a challenge?
It's a taste challenge.
Let's go.
All right, here we go.
So less oil and no breadcrumbs.
I'm getting hungry. If you have a story that you'd like me to do, please email me at health@kmir.com. That does it for this special edition of Your Health Matters. Thank you so much for watching.